Patrick Reed has been ordered to pay thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars in legal fees to those he sued in a pair of defamation lawsuits that have been dismissed. I'm Ryan Ballingy with Golf News Net. Thanks for joining us today to talk about these actions in U.S. District Court in the Middle District of Florida and the update relating to two defamation lawsuits that Patrick Reed filed just last year. And in that lawsuit, both of them, Reed sought a combined $1 billion in damages. Two separate suits, one filed for $750 million, another filed for $250 million. Represented by Larry Klayman in both of those suits, Reed sued a variety of different media publications and media companies and media personalities seeking damages relating to a couple of different claims. Tortious interference, in terms of slander, in terms of defamation, and basically trying to jeopardize Reed's monetization of his career and his ability to make money by the way that they covered him, whether that was his move to live golf, whether that was his career before returning a professional golfer at the University of Georgia and Augusta State University, whether that was how he seemed to find himself in rules altercations a variety of times on the PGA Tour during his career there. All of those things were kind of included in these two lawsuits that were very similar in nature. And U.S. District Court Judge Timothy Corrigan, who presided over both these cases, dismissed them both twice. And the second time he dismissed them in September and dismissed them with prejudice, implying that under the law it would be impossible to refile these, or nearly impossible to refile these particular complaints. And so, in this most recent ruling that came out, Judge Corrigan ordered Patrick Reed to pay the legal fees for all of the defendants in both of these cases, which have been joined into one for the purposes of this ruling. So a variety of different people who have been sued here, including Golf Channel personalities Damon Hack, Brandel Chambly, Eamon Lynch, who also works for Golf Week. GolfWeek.com was sued. Golf Week's parent company, Gannett, was sued. Shane Bacon was sued. Shane Ryan, who is a golf writer and golf author, was sued. Bloomberg was sued. The Associated Press golf reporter, Doug Ferguson, was sued as part of this suit. And there are others as well included here. So, while Reed is appealing this ruling, if it goes through on appeal, Reed could be slated to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars in legal fees. Now, Judge Corrigan has asked all of the defendants to put together what their legal costs are in this proceeding. So that could be attorney's fees, that could be legal fees, court filing fees, other things of that nature. Lump them all together and put them in front of the judge so he can look at them and analyze them and offer, assuming that the appeal is declined, a final ruling on all of this and tell Reed exactly how much he will have to pay in legal fee costs to all the defendants, who will then sort it out among themselves. This is a substantial ruling. When this court case was filed initially in Texas and then quickly removed and refiled in the Jacksonville area, it seemed evident to a lot of people that this was a lawsuit designed to silence media members who have been critical of him over the years, or even just reported on some facts of his career. And Judge Corrigan made it clear in his dismissal that the very high bar for determining defamation and determining malice in what has been reported and said in commentary about Reed was not met by Reed in his arguments. And that led to the quick dismissal of this case. There has been some argument that this is a frivolous lawsuit or a slap lawsuit designed to use the court system to bully or negatively impact defendants by forcing them to defend themselves in court, incur costly fees, and require them to spend countless hours and dollars trying to defend themselves against a lawsuit such as this. Timothy Corrigan seems to agree with that assessment in requiring these legal fees to be paid back, and we'll see ultimately on appeal if that actually happens. However, no matter what happens here, it is very unlikely that this lawsuit goes anywhere from here. It's unlikely that on appeal that this will be overturned. However, it could be with the right judge and in the right court setting. So this court case is not necessarily over, but at least the contents of the defamation piece of this are, as again, this is an extremely difficult type of case to win. You open yourself up to a lot of discovery and testimony and a lot of negative things can come out about somebody when they file a defamation lawsuit, because effectively it opens the books on everything. And that was an unintended consequence of this. But ultimately, it seems like this case is going to go away. Reed will go his way with Larry Klayman, and whether they choose to have a future lawsuit is up to them, of course. All of the defendants involved seemingly will have their legal fees recouped and made largely whole by this, even though the time, stress, and concern about all this is something that can't easily be replaced. And we move on with life. So this is one of those things that probably caught a lot of headlines last year. We knew then that this probably wasn't going to go very far. It ultimately didn't go very far, and will just kind of be a blip on the radar in the history of golf and in the history of Patrick Reed's career. I'm Ryan Ballingy with Golf News Net. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.